steps. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We are standing 61 meters deep, level 2 of this mine. Central Debra mine where we are standing today. We are the shallowest mine in Bendigo. We go into bed. 5 to 6 minutes. No more stop after this to have a seat. Have a seat, please. Keep going to the end, to your right or the left or the end, wherever you feel comfortable. You guys come up to the first window here. Alright, so all the gold is tiny dot. That is the visible gold. Dull yellow stuff. The shiny, sparkly is cuts and the drives only. Alright, in Bendigo we have 5,500 mines underground here. Wherever we are walking in Bendigo, we are walking over the mines here. 19 kilo. Alright, just walk to the yellow sign and stop your place. Open the yellow sign, hit for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Alright, take your left.
Scary lady will talk to you.
Just follow it this way, stick to your left. Stay to your left hand side, please. Just a quick stop here. Stay to your left. Just stop spectating. Make sure you pick the helmet with the lamps off, please. Just come this side. If anybody need help, I will help you. Pick a helmet and come to the both this side. Pick any of the helmet on the side. We are all facing side. Grab a helmet, go to the board. Pick a helmet, come this side, please.
Just saying, is it?
So there are some crew helmet this side. I will give you with the lamp down to leave them there. You need to take your hood off.
Have this one, take with the light. Keep it back.
Here we go.
Someone else underground. Just to see if it's
Please follow. Lights on, everyone. Anybody need any help with the helmets? All good?
I don't know how to try things.
Anybody need any help? Just, you need to take off your cap, please. You're all good? That's fine. Just put the ball with the On your side, keep going. Watch your steps. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Keep going. Squeeze in a bit, please.
we're right on the back.
Squeeze in a bit. Leave this
No,
place
we
for
can't
me.
squeeze
Keep
anymore.
going. Squeeze in a bit. Squeeze in a bit. Everyone is here.
What if they shut the place during COVID?
All right, closing the gates.
Have anybody lost it?
Alright, so this industrial lift, we call it Alimac, installed in 1960s, the first one, not this one. So takes 90 seconds to go to level 2, nothing much interesting. Same the time you put something in a microwave, need to wait. It's going to start with a jerk. If you want to bend your knees a bit, will help you. All good to go? So just put your lights on for your helmet. Yeah, press the red button on the top. All done. All right, so bend your knees, 1, 2, 3, and here we go. That's all. Hold on, let me open this. Watch your arms, please. Watch your steps, come on, son. Go to the red door. Wait for me at the red door, please. Keep going, stop at the red door in the front. Keep going, please, thank you. Keep going. Watch your steps. Keep coming. Keep going. Watch your steps. Keep coming. Need to close the doors behind you. All right, let me go through, please. Let me go through. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Wait for a second.
Exactly.
All right, walk inside. Go under the green sign. Go to your left. Go to your left under the green sign, please. Stay to your left hand side. Stick to the left. Go under the green sign and stop there. Keep going. Stick to the left. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going, please. Yeah, I'll let you know in a second everything. Let me go through, please. All right, keep coming up to here, make a semicircle, move up to there, please. Make a semicircle against the wall. Keep going forward, please. Keep coming against the wall. Keep moving up to here, please. Come up to here, against the wall. Move, keep going. Yeah. Against the wall, facing me this way. Against the wall. You guys from the back can come up to here, from the back, here. The mini miners can jump into the front. Let him stand here. You can come here in the front. Yep. Just stay just in that area, please. Just move a bit back to that way. More there. All right, so right now we are standing 61 meters deep, level 2 of this mine. Central Nebra mine where we are standing today, we are the shallowest mine in Bendigo. We call it a baby mine as well because we are only 412 meters deep altogether in this mine. 17 levels. The deepest mine in Bendigo is Victoria Hill, 1406 meters deep. In this mine, level 2, where we are now, the temperature remains 14 to 15 degrees throughout the year. As we start going below, the temperature starts increasing, going close to the center of the earth. Level 17, in this mine, the temperature remains 40 degrees throughout the year with 80% humidity. In Victoria Hill, 1406 meters deep, the temperature remains 50 degrees constant throughout the year with 100% humidity. Right now we are standing in front of the shaft here. The same shaft we are standing on the top before with the cages. This part of the mine at each level in front of the shaft, this area we call it a plat, a short name for a platform. But plat is a Cornish word. A lot of Cornish words are used in Bendigo mining because the first miners who came to Bendigo, they were from Cornwall in England. So that's why they put a lot of terminology from their back home. So I will point out a lot of words we are using today. So if you see the shaft behind me here is divided into 4 compartments. One on to your left hand side, we call it the smoke box. The smoke box acts like a natural chimney. Miner used to do the explosives all the time. All the smoke, dust, fume go to the top through the smoke box here. All the fresh air is coming to all the levels through these 3 compartments here, all natural. The 2 middle compartments, they are meant for the movement of the cages. One cage is coming to the bottom at the same time, the other one is going to the top. Bringing all the miners and their equipments to all the levels and taking all the rock to the top in these ore trucks here. One ore truck carries roughly half a ton of rock. They are pushed here out manually, loaded onto the cages, then to the top. Again, in those days, no safety gates here. The shaft is all open. Miners need to be really careful while they are working in this area here. The 4th compartment to your right hand side, we call it the ladder way. The only way to get out of the mines if something happens wrong to the cages, miners need to climb to the top. We have taken away the ladder way from here now. We are putting a new lift here soon for the safety, for evacuation purposes. So there is no ladder at the display now here, but you can see a little bit here. Just cut down a few weeks before. So the ladder way is the only way to get out of the mine if something happens wrong with the cages. Miners need to climb to the top with all their equipment on their back. To climb to the top surface from level 2 takes only 15 to 20 minutes. But if the miners are at level 17, end of the day, cages are not working, they need to climb to the top. Takes 2 to 3 hours roughly. On top of that, they are not paid any extra money for that time. If they were feeling tired, sore legs, they are supposed to come to the work next day. If they were not coming, not paid, no sick calls in those days. All good? If you see the shaft here, the shaft is all made up of wood. The wood used in this shaft is all red gum. The red gum used in this shaft is all brought up all the way from Echuca, next to the River Murray. The good thing about the red gum is it stays really strong. Once it is placed in wet conditions like this, nothing happens. Most of the wood in this shaft is intact since 1940s, 45. Nothing happens. Very little or very few part of the shaft is changed for the safety. If you have a question from where this water is dripping onto me, this is all rainwater, not from today's or yesterday's rain. This is roughly 6 months old rainwater making its way through here now at level 2. This part of the mine at each level, the plat area always remains wet like this because this is the lowest part of the mine. For a reason, for the smooth movement of the ore trucks, easy to push towards the lower side, and it is natural. Water always flows to the lower side, keep this area always wet. As we are going further, no more water, all dry. Your shoes will be all good. No need to worry from now onwards. All good? So that is all about this top here. Anybody got any questions, please? Mini miners. Any questions? Or just excited for gold? Explosives and blasting. Perfect. Yes, please. Where is gold? So we have a special stop for the gold. You will see a lot of gold there. All good? All right. Just wait. Keep your feet. Just the quick stop wherever you feel comfortable. Keep coming. Keep coming. All the gold is taken away. There is a special stop for the gold where you can see it. All right, everyone is here. Anybody in the group is a geologist? Anybody is geologist? Miners? Knows about the rock? Minecrafters? Minecraft? Yes? We can make our own stories then. They don't know anything. You can put the diamonds instead of the gold. All good. Alright, so this stop I'm just going to give you the geology of the rock structure underground Bendigo. We got really unique rock structure in Bendigo. Totally different from all over the world. Similar rock structure, not really quite similar, but totally different from here. But similar rock is found in Nova Scotia in Canada or in Cornwall in England. That's why they brought the Cornish miner to Bendigo, because they were already doing the hard rock mining in Cornwall for tin and copper, not for gold. So majority of the rock underground Bendigo is sandstone. The sandstone in Bendigo is really hard, 7 times stronger than concrete, really hard rock. Rest of the rock is slate, easily chippable with your hands. How this rock formation happened here? Around 480 million years before, this was all seabed ocean floor. Sand and silt is stacking on top of each other in the layers under the water. With the continuous weight and the pressure of the water, sand and silt turned into sandstone and slate in simple words. Around 450 million years before, there is a strong pressure on these plates from east to west and west to east, pushing them all the way towards the top. That's how the big mountains are found on the top. While they were folded underground in Bendigo, a special pattern of gaps were formed in between the rock. All those gaps were saddle shaped. And all the rock or the sandstone and slate, they were stacking on top of each other like the corrugated iron sheets with the gaps in between them. All those gaps were filled with a liquid silica from the center of the earth with lot of pressure. That liquid silica contained all the minerals including gold. Took millions of years again, that liquid cooled down, slowly turned into the white colored rock, we call it quartz. That's why the gold is trapped underground into the quartz. So the quartz is the only source of the gold from the center of the earth. That is scientifically proven theory. All good? So that is a bit about the rock here. Anybody have any questions, please? No? All
Was
good?
liquid silica like a volcanic
Sorry?
eruption?
What's that?
Was it like a volcanic eruption?
That is different.
Different.
Volcanic things are different. The volcanic eruptions, they bring the gold to the top. That's what we call them, the nuggets. The primary source of the gold from the center of the earth is the quartz in the liquid form. When the volcanic things happen, the gold separates from the quartz, released on the top. That's how the big nuggets are formed on the top. That's what I was telling you before. The gold that is found underground is really tiny, like dots. And a lot of the gold is not visible underground with our naked eyes as well. That's why in those days, when the miners find the gold, they take the quartz to the top, crush it into the batteries, make a fine powder. Use a lot of chemicals like cyanide to leach the gold out of the rock. Make sense? All good. Yep, all good. Follow me this way, please. All right, just walk inside. Everyone needs to be seated inside here. Everyone need to be seated inside. This is the only stop where we are sitting for 5 to 6 minutes. No more stop after this to have a seat. Have a seat, please. Keep going to the end, to your right or the left or the end, wherever you feel comfortable. Keep going. Keep going. Thank you.
It's lunchtime.
Keep going. Have a seat. Have a seat.
No, I'm not all right.
You come this way, otherwise they can't see the things. You can stand here if you want.
Carry, there's a seat here if you want.
You want to stand here, you can come here if you want to stand. Perfect.
Sit here, you don't have to. I don't want to squeeze you.
All good? All right, so you guys have already been imagined what this place is being used for. Any idea?
It's tea time.
Tea time, lunchroom. Smoko in Australian?
Yeah.
But the miners, they call it a crib room. Crib is again a Cornish word which means a light lunch or a meal. Crib rooms or the lunchrooms, they were set up at each level of the mines in those days. Not fancy like this. This wooden arrangement was not available to them. The crib or the lunchroom in those days at each level, just a safe place in the mine where they sit on the surface or on a rock to have their food for half an hour. There is a reason behind setting up the crib rooms at each level. First is productivity. Not possible to take all the miners to the top in those small cages in half an hour and bring them back in. And the second reason is to avoid the chances of the theft of the gold. If the miners were allowed to go to the top whenever they want, more chances they are tempted of stealing gold. To avoid the chances of the theft, miners were allowed to go to the top only once a day when they finish their shift, unless something happens really bad, serious. When they go to the top, end of the day, take off all their clothes and shoes, go to the shower room straight away, compulsory for each miner every day. A person called rag picker. Rag picker's job is to go through their clothes and shoes, so they are not hiding any gold. While they are in the shower rooms, no doors in the showers. The rag picker is watching them while they are in the shower room, so they are not hiding anything in their body parts. He tries to speak with the miners if he feels like somebody hiding something behind their cheeks. Really hard to speak with a rock in your mouth. Gold is always attached with the quartz underground, and quartz is a natural form of glass. If somebody is swallowing the gold, they are swallowing the quartz as well. Not a good idea to steal the gold in that way. Give you really hard time, even kill you. If somebody is found stealing gold, again they will go to the prison straight away. Not allowed to work in the mines for the rest of their life. The miners in this mine, they were paid really good. In 1940s, they were paid around 8 to 10 pounds a week is the basic pay rate for each miner. But the experienced miner, they made around 23 to 24 pounds a week or even more. In today's money, they were making around $3,000 to $3,200 a week. They were making good money. Even some miners, they skip their lunch breaks, so they will take more rock to the top, so they will get paid more. It's like piecework. On top of your basic wages, if you are getting rock out more, you will getting paid more. All right, so the miners were paid good in this mine. In that way, they are not thinking of stealing gold. They are working hard to get more and more rock out of the mine. Doesn't matter there is gold in there or not. That is the top problem. All good? So underground here, it is always dark, 24 hours. No sunlight is possible to come this deep. The miners need a source of light to work here all the time. If it is possible, everyone is comfortable with the darkness in the group. Many miners, you are good with the darkness. We can switch off the lamps for a second. Press the red button on the top 3 times, please. Sit where you are sitting.
Yes.
Press the red button on the top. Yep, you are done, done, done. I will do it for you. Once more. I will do for you. I will do it for you. Yep, good boy. Wow. You're really good. Here we go. So this metal thing, they call it a spider for a reason, because it stick easily in a gap, or to make a hole in the rock, stick the spider there, keep digging. 1870s, oops, sorry, this is gone, we will check it tomorrow. All right, so 1870s, this lamp is invented in Bendigo. We call it Bendigo bucket lamp. How this works? This bucket is filled with the fresh water when they start their shift. And this canister is filled with a man-made chemical called calcium carbide. There is a tiny hole in this canister. When it sits in the bucket, the water sifts through the hole, reacts with the chemical, forms a gas called acetylene. Once the gas is coming out of the spout, they lit it on. It makes a flame 15 times brighter than the light of candle. This thing lasts for 4 hours. After 4 hours, they refill the water again and use it. So this is similar to the oxy welding we use nowadays. The flame is really strong and stable. The battery lamps we are using today, same sort of lamps, they got available in 1940s when this mine was operational, but the battery lamps were never used in Bendigo mining. They used the Bendigo bucket lamp till the mines closed in 1954 for 2 reasons, because the flame is a good indicator for the quality of air. If the flame is burning strong, stable, means good flow of oxygen in that area, no need to worry. And the second reason, they needed to lit on the explosives. The fuse wires, they were really thick. They need a strong flame. That's why they stick to this lamp. Throughout Bendigo mining, till 1954, the mines closed here. All good? So that is a bit about the crib room here. Anybody have any questions, please?
What was the life expectancy of the mine?
Yep, so that depends. So normally 40 years. So we will show you why later on for a different story.
And with the mines, was because Bendigo was such a booming town, was most of the money from just people spending, or was there a big tax on the mines too?
So the mining is like, so the top people, they need a prospector's license, they need to pay monthly for the license.
Wow.
The mine companies, they own the mines, but they lease it from the government on a GLE license.
Right.
All good?
Yeah.
Yep. Any other?
Any method to supply oxygen?
Sorry?
Supply oxygen here?
Oxygen is all natural. All the air is coming from the shaft, as I have shown you before. No exhaust system is used, nothing.
Explode.
All natural. In some mines, helmets on, please. Helmets, please. All right. So in some mines, they used to use the sailing system on the top. Same the sails we use in the ships to get the air to the bottom. But Bendigo mining, rock structure is really hard. All the air is coming all fresh to the shafts. Till now, we are not using any exhaust system here. All the fresh air is coming through the shaft here. All good?
What happens when
You need to keep your lamp on, please. Hello, sir. You need to leave it on. I will do it for you. I will do it. Thank you. If I allow you, everyone is going to hold in their hands. So we can't allow all things. Just follow me this way, please. Just come out to here, quickly stopping here. Just a quick stop here, Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming, please. You can come up to here. Just don't lean over the curtain behind you. Keep coming. All right, everyone is here. So that was the function room to your right hand side. Made in 1990s for tourism only. People book it for their birthday parties or functions. Cost you same like a restaurant on the top. You can bring your own food, drinks, music, whatever you like. The good thing is, once you are fully drunk, you can scream as much you want. Nobody can hear you on the top. If you need to book it in the future, just contact our marketing team. They will give you a price for that. So we just promote it. All right, so these were the toilets used by the miners in those days. Again, this wooden frame is not available to them. This is just a makeshift to make it look like a toilet. The only thing available to the miners in those days was a bucket only. And that bucket is nicknamed as Thunderbox by the miners. I don't know why. Job of the youngest miner in the crew, to take the Thunderbox to the top, end of the day, and empty it. Another way to steal gold. Wrap a piece of gold in a cloth, throw it into the Thunderbox, try your luck later on in the night. A gross way to steal gold, but pays you really well. Alright, so that's why we ask everyone on the top a lot of time, please go to the toilets before you come underground. Nobody is going to volunteer for this thing, especially nowadays. All good? So a lot of people ask where to go for the toilet, so that is the answer, Thunderbox. Perfect? Just follow me this way. Just move up to that door, please. Split up to your both sides, facing me this way. Quick stop at the door. Yep, stop here, facing me this way. Split up to both sides. Just wherever you feel comfortable, quickly stopping here. Just split up to your both sides. All right, so the actual mines in those days, they were of my height or even smaller. The mine where we are walking today, it is widened up for tourism in 1960s for the safety of the big groups like we are doing today. So the mines, they were really small. Miners in those days bending like this all day while they are working here. Their back is always facing the top part of the mine while they are here. That's why we call it back of the mine, not the roof. This wooden frame on top of here, we call it timber set. The timber sets were installed in the mines in those days everywhere. They work like early warning system, same like the smoke alarms in our homes. While they are working underground, something is falling on the top of the timber set. A cracking noise is coming from the wood. Something is falling means time to evacuate. Go to a safe distance. Come back after some time, access the damage. If it is fixable in short time, they fix it. If it is a big job, they leave it as it is, start digging in a different direction. Because they never know, spending weeks of time fixing up, they are going to find any gold in that way, wastage of time. If you see the timber sets, they are designed in a special pattern. No nails were used to make these things in those days because nails were expensive and they get rusted easily in wet conditions, wastage of time and money. For that purpose, they have designed the special joints. If you see on the corners, all the joints are all the same. The miners call them the joggle joints. Once the wood is placed on top of each other, the joints gets really strong and firm because the wood swallows up naturally in wet conditions, making them really strong and stable. If you know about the World War I and II, miners from Australia, they went to both, use their skills in the World War to make the trenches same like this. Some of the trenches from the World War are still intact. If you know the Australian World War soldiers or the veterans, they are nicknamed as diggers. Because majority of them, they worked in different types of mines in Australia. So mining in Australia, the gold rush, and the World War I and II, they went on the same time, parallel to each other. So there is a big historical connection between both. There is an incident happened in Belgium in World War I. 240 coal miners from Australia went to Belgium, digged a tunnel under Hill 60, done the biggest blast in the history, no nuclear. Killing 10,000 German soldiers on the top altogether. Impact of that blast is felt up to London. It's a true story. If you want to watch a movie, there is a movie on that thing called Beneath Hill 60 available on YouTube. Will give you the clear idea how the things were done in those days, what equipments were available to the miners. Not an easy job, really hard job. All good? And the mines in those days, they were in two directions only, not in big circles. The mines, this direction we were walking before, we call it a crosscut. As we turn around, we call it a drive. So crosscuts and the drives, crosscuts and the drives only. All right, in Bendigo, we have 5,500 mines underground here. Wherever we are walking in Bendigo, we are walking over the mines here. 19 kilometers north to south, 6 to 7 kilometers east to west, all mining in Bendigo everywhere. All good? So that is all about this stuff here. Anybody have any questions, please? Nope. Just let me go through. Just follow us this way. Just a quick stop here. Split up to your both sides. Stop here, thank you. Split up to your both sides, please. Half of the group come to this side. Just stop here, both sides. Just split up to your both sides, quickly stopping here. Split up, please. Split up to your both sides. Alright, so this stop I'm just going to show you how the safety checks were done in those days. All the safety checks were done with these sort of iron rods in those days. We call them pinch bars. How it works, one of the miners, before they start working, they come to each level of the mine, hit each and every part of the rock with the pinch bar. While hitting the rock with the pinch bar or the iron rod, if the sound is really strong like a ringing bell, it means that part is really stable, no need to worry. While hitting the rock, if the sound is drummy, echoing, spreading everywhere, it means there is a loose rock behind that area. If it is a small rock, they take it away with the pinch bar. If it is a big area, they simply install those timber sets. Nowadays, we don't install the timber sets. Instead of that, metal plates are installed everywhere in the mine. If you have noticed, or around this area, a lot of metal plates. I will show you how that thing is done. First, I will give you the demonstration of the safety check. I am going to hit the rock, hear the noise, feel the difference. While I am hitting it here, so really strong like a bell means this part is really stable. While I'm hitting along the metal plate here, feel the difference. Drum echoing. So all the rock structure is all different. Nowadays when we find a weak part in the mine, we install the metal plates everywhere. Behind the metal plate, this big iron rod is inserted. We call them split sets. Split set is invented in America in 1920s. Made up of spring steel. Holds up to 7 tons of weight. Really strong. There is a gap in the middle here for a reason. When we find a weak part in the mine, we drill a hole of the same length but slightly smaller in the diameter. Once a hole is drilled, this thing is inserted into the hole with a metal plate on the top. Diameter is smaller, it squeezes in, the gap is filled up. Once it is fully settled in the hole, it tries to move back to its original position, pushing away all the loose rock, making that area really strong and stable. On top of the metal plate, in some parts, meshing is installed to avoid small rock fall. Even concrete is separated in some parts. We call it shock treating to make them more strong and stable. All good? In this mine, 15 years, 1939 to 54, only one miner died underground accidentally in this mine. He was doing the safety check as I was showing you. Found a weak part in the mine, thinking a small rock, he tried to take it away, but a big rock rolled over him and he died on the spot. One death in 15 years, not bad. But in Bendigo, 103 years of mining from 1851 to 1954, 250 miners died underground accidentally. But lot more people, they died on the top surface during the gold rush everywhere in Australia. Why? Because not everyone found gold who came to Australia. Lot of people, they spent all their savings, never found any gold, left with no money, no food, starvation, disease, poor living condition, they died. Lot of people, they committed suicides because they have left with no hope to go back to their homes without any money. Depression. Lot of people, they were murdered for gold. So there is a big dark side of the gold rush as well. So it's not everyone became rich who came to Australia. So Australia got a rich history, never taught in the schools or anywhere else in that way. Mining is not only it's not only 100 or 200 years old in Australia, it is done more than 40,000 years before. If you know about the first people who came to Australia, the Aboriginal people, they came more than 50,000 years before. They used to do the small scale mining to find the colors or the pigments. They call them okay. They used to do the paintings on their body, in the walls of the caves. And they used to do the mining to find good quality stone, to make their tools and weapons. And they used to trade for all those things in those days. And those colors or the pigments or the ochre in the World War II, they are used to make the floors and paints as well. Alright, so there is a big history of Australia. If you want to know more, go to Resources Victoria and Geoscience Australia, plenty of information in there. Australia is normally portrayed as a country where the people love to drink the beer or do the barbecue. So that is not the true fact. Everyone is working hard here at least 5 to 6 days a week to pay their mortgage. So we are working hard to make the economy so good, so this country is that's why so livable. So we need to respect the ancestor and the people who are working hard here, rather than just looking in the bad things. They are everywhere. And Australia is really good place. If you love to travel, go to different parts of Australia, everything is totally different. North is different from the south, east from the west. Really good country. All good? Any questions here, please?
Can we still do that?
Yep, so this is water thing. Yep, we install this. So we still follow the same pattern to check the quality of the rock here. Every fortnight, one of our staffs comes underground, hit each and every part of the mine here. We take plenty of rock to the top, If we find a weak part in the mine, we call our engineers who drill the holes, put these things in.
So when you said if there was a small amount of rock, so it'd just be like they'd tap it and it would fall off and they could just pull it out?
Yeah.
And then behind it would be strong?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it depends in the area. Yeah. If it is drummy and echoing in a big area, leave it as it is, call the engineers, they will inspect it, put the metal plates in. So we still follow the old-fashioned method here. We need to follow the all safety rules of a running mine. That's why we bring the tours here with the helmets on, shoes on. Otherwise, the work safe will never allow us to do the tours here.
But with a modern mine, would they still do the stick or would they do a different method?
So modern mining, this sort of mining is not allowed anymore. Not safe. Modern mining is more safe. Open cut mining, big drills, big trucks goes inside. One open cut mine 20 kilometers from here, we call them the Forsterville gold mines. Really one of the productive gold mine in the world at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Owned by a Canadian company. They are producing 50 to 60 times more gold than these type of mines.
Is it true that there was actually an earthquake here due to the fact of mining?
No earthquake, just because of mining. Even the big earthquakes never made any impact in these mines in Bendigo only. Because of the rock structure really hard. There is an earthquake recently came during the COVID. Some of our staff was working here. They never felt anything underneath.
Because the rock's so hard?
It's really hard rock. 7 times more stronger than concrete.
So are we mining under the town?
Everything is on the top of here. So all Bendigo is mined up already in those days. All good? Just follow me this way. Keep coming, please. Coming all the gold is behind these windows here. Let's come up to the first window here. Alright, so all the gold is behind the windows here. Have a close look. If you want to go close, take your pictures, whatever you like. Go close to the windows. All the gold is sticking in the white color rock. We call it coats. Tiny yellow dots. Come up to the second one, please keep coming. Keep coming, everyone. Let the mini miners to stand in the front, please. Let the mini miners to go in the front. You guys come up to the first window here. Alright, so all the gold is tiny dot. That is the visible gold. Dull yellow stuff. The shiny, sparkly thing is all fool's gold or iron pyrite. Lot of fool's gold, iron pyrite behind you on the wall here. If you want to feel it, touch it. This is all fool's gold. It looks like gold, but no gold in there. The difference is fool's gold or the iron pyrite, it shines more than gold because of its cubical structure. When the lights falls on the cube, reflect it back, make it shiny and glittery. Gold on the other side is dull yellow stuff. So there is a tiny bit behind this shield if you want to have a close look. This is gold here. This dot is gold. Yep. Alright, so why this gold is here? Because this part is never touched or found by the old miners. If they have come up to here, it will be not here. This part is found in 1960s when the mine is widened up for tourism. Most of the gold behind the wall is all taken away. Only this bit is left here for tourism. The gold behind these 3 windows is worth $4,000 to $5,000 only.
Whoa, still.
A lot. Alright, have a look. If anybody need help, please raise your hand. The gold is tiny dots, yellow stuff. Just let me go through. You guys are all good? Yeah. Found some? You found some gold? So the gold from this mine is melted together, will get the shape and the size of a milk crate. Why? Because gold is really heavy metal. 19 times heavier than water. You can fill a 1 liter milk bottle with at least 20 kilograms of gold. Really heavy. Really stretchable metal. 30 grams of gold can be stretched up to 80 kilometers in a thin wire without breaking it. High melting point more than 1000 degrees Celsius. That are some qualities of the gold which makes it so expensive. Used in a lot of electronic things nowadays in our mobiles, satellites, even in the suits of the astronauts. Big high-rise skyscraper buildings in the big cities, their windows are gold-plated. Not all the expensive ones, to protect it from the direct sunlight. So that are the some qualities of the gold which makes it so expensive and valuable. Scientists in Australia recently found the traces of the gold in the eucalyptus tree, in the bark and in the leaves. Even our human body contains a little bit of gold, not too much, less than worth $2. So don't try to kill anyone. All good?
Unless they're wearing it.
Yeah. So 929 kilogram in this mine only in Bendigo altogether. 103 years of mining, 777 tons of gold is produced. We are the largest producer of gold in Victoria till now, second largest after Kalgoorlie in Western Australia.
Will you save our economy?
Sorry, yep. So Melbourne was nothing before. Melbourne came out of Bendigo because all the gold is transported to the ports in Melbourne, then to England. England paid its all debt in 1 year in those days. So which made Melbourne more richer, we are left behind. If you see, Ballarat is far back from us, so they are after us. So they are nothing close to Bendigo. All right.
We got the Chinese dragon, man.
Yep. Bendigo is more valuable. If you see the buildings in Bendigo, will give you the clear idea of the economy, especially the cathedral. How rich the economy should have to be in those days in 1880s to make the buildings like that. So till now, 99.9% of Australian gold reserves, they are sitting in the banks of United Kingdoms. I don't know why. More safe in there? That is the government thing, no comments. So we are still the largest producer of gold. 777 tons total gold produced in 103 years of mining in Bendigo. Even if now we are digging in Bendigo, we will find heaps of gold. But the problem is housing on the top. If we need to mine here, we are paying more to the council than what we are getting from the mines here. So quartz is really predictable in Bendigo. Wherever you start digging, you will find the quartz. But depends if there is gold in there or not. All good? So that is a bit about this top here. Anybody have any questions, please, with the gold display here, or any other questions with the gold? Nope. I need to turn off the lights. We are the last tour. So the gold need to sleep for a period, need to rest. Just move up to here. I just show you the thing here. Just come this way. See this wall behind you here. If you see the quartz here, like a snake. So this quartz will give you the clear idea of the geology of the rock structure underground Bendigo. All this white rock was liquid at the first stage, filled into the gaps, cooled down, slowly turned into the white color rock. We call it quartz. If you see the impression of the quartz on this side, similar is on this side of the wall, which gives you the clear idea how they are saddle shaped. Make sense? Anybody local from Bendigo in the group? Yes. You are local? Yeah. So have you been to Roseland Park?
No, recently.
Opposite to the Myers?
Yeah.
If you walk in that area, have you felt a foul smell is coming?
Yeah.
All the smell.
I thought it was a creek.
Yep, it is the creek. The smell is coming from the creek. Nothing wrong with the water. Everybody thinks we throw the sewage straight into the creek. But the creeks in Bendigo are smelly because of this yellow stuff behind it. No. So the yellow stuff, sulfur, when it makes its way through to the top, mixed with the water and fresh air, smells like rotten eggs. That's why the creeks are really smelly in Bendigo. As you told, a lot of people, they complain the bats for the smell coming from that area. Bats are only 10 to 15 years old in Bendigo. And creeks, that is the part of the tour, so we tell it. So the bats are only 15 years old, but the creeks in Bendigo are smelling more than 100 years before.
Oh, there you go.
So that's all about here. Anybody have any questions, please? All good to go? Follow me this way. So, this way, please. Just move up to there, please. Just move up to there against the wall. Keep going, a little bit more. Keep going. Quick stop against the wall, facing me this way, against the wall, please. Against the wall, facing me this way. Against the wall.
I'm behind you.
Against the wall. You can come up to here if you want. Alright, so this stop is to show you how the drilling is done. Drilling is the most important part of the mining in Bendigo. We'll stick with the group. So drilling is the most important part because of the rock structure here. Miners need to drill the holes like this. Fill them with the explosives, make their way through. Early 1800s, again, no drills were available. All the holes were made manually with a hammer and a chisel. Two miners working together with a much bigger hammer and a much bigger chisel than this one. Hitting it like this, we call it hammer and tap method. How it works? One miner is holding the chisel on the face of the rock, other one is hitting it like this. So the miner holding this chisel, he need to rotate it all the time in a quarter so that it won't stuck into the rock. Two miners working together with this method make a hole of 1 meter deep in 4 hours. They need at least 20 to 24 holes. Really hard job, time consuming, labor intensive, but no other options. No drills were available. They need to stick to this method till the drills got available in the 1870s again. The first drill got available run on the compressed air. They call them the pneumatic drills. This is one of the first drills got available to the miners. Runs with the compressed air. We call it a stroker. It works on the same formula of hammer and tap method. This thing is hammering from inside with the compressed air. One miner is pushing the lever toward the rock. Other one is again rotating the drill bit manually into a quarter so that it won't stuck into the rock. Two miners working together on this drill make a hole of 1 meter deep in 40 minutes. Much better than the manual method. But the drawback of this drill is it makes a lot of dust. Really bad when it is drilling into the quartz. Quartz is natural form of glass. Dust is directly inhaled by the miners. Sticking to their lungs, they got the disease, we call it silicosis. Took years of research to find it out why the miners are getting this sick. Then they found the dust is making them sick. Then they started spraying water with the help of the hose to settle the dust down. But it was too late. The miners who worked on these type of drills never lived the age more than 40. They died before they turned 40 years old because of silicosis. That's why these type of drills, they were nicknamed as widowmaker in Victoria. At one stage, each miner's family who worked on these type of drills have either lost a male member from their family, a father, brother, husband, or a son. Really bad. 1920s, they got access to this drill, we call it a drifter. The drifter runs with a compressed air again, but they were using the water in this drill as well. The drill bit in front of this drill is hollow from inside. Water is infused into the drill bit, sprayed onto the face of the rock. Idea behind using the water in this drill bit is to keep the drill bit to last long, to keep it cool. But accidentally it was settling down the dust as well. So really good. Easily operated by a single person or a miner. Make a hole of 1.5 meter deep only in 15 minutes. The drawback of this drill is it shakes a lot. Makes a lot of noise, no safety things in those days. No earplugs, no gloves, no mask. The miners working in those days on this type of drills, they lose the sensitivity in their hands because of the nerve damage. They were not able to feel hot or cold, and they were deaf at one stage of their life. So I will give you the demonstration of this drill. Recommend you to cover your ears, especially the mini miners. We need you to last long. Adults are all good. If you want to make a video, your personal choice. I am playing it for a second only. So who is the little miner here? You. So I will provide you with the earplugs. If your mom want to put them on, hold his ears, please. She is little as well.
Can you take that helmet off?
Sorry. No. Just put it on your ears. Use your hands.
Right.
So cover your ears. And cover your little ones here with your hands. So use your hands here. Alright, so if the adults want to make a video, your choice. Playing for a second, mini minors. All good to go? Alright, 1, 2, 3, and here we go. That's all. Alright, I just played it for a second or like that. You can imagine working 4 to 5 hours every day on this drill. And the other thing, this drill is set up on already drilled hole. So this is not that intense. It will be more intense when you're working straight onto rock. You might have seen the pictures of the old miners all covered black because of the oil separate from these type of drills. So the thing is to show you, it was not an easy thing in those days as it looks like. All good? So that is all about the drills. Any questions, please?
So they drill the hole and then they put the explosive in the holes?
Yes. Anybody else? Mini minors? Mini minors? No? You like it? Or you guys are still feeling both? If you are both, we will put something silly in the top because you paid for some fun as well. All good to go? Yeah. Just follow me this way. Stand circles to here. Make a slightly circle against the wall. Move up from here to forward just a little bit further. Make a semi-circle against the wall, facing me this way again, please, against the wall. Just move a little bit so everybody can fit it in here. Keep going against the wall. Against the wall. You can come here if you want to stand here and work with. Move up to here if you want from the back. Come up to here. All good, everyone is here? Alright, so this job is to show you how the explosives were done. Once the holes are made, miners need to fill them with the explosives blasted. This colorful pattern to your right hand side, this is the pattern used throughout Bendigo mining for 103 years to do the explosives. How this pattern works? First they drill the hole on the top, parallel and horizontal to each other. When it comes to the waist height of the miners, they do the angled holes in the middle here, facing towards the bottom of the ground. Then they do the bottom holes, we call them the lifters. Middle part or the angled holes, they were blasted first to create a weakness in the rock. Top part is exploded after that, getting all the rock to the bottom. The lifters were exploded in the end, getting all the rock to the surface or the floor nicely in small pieces, easy to lift with their hands. Once they do the holes, fill them with the explosives, lit them on, go to a safe distance of 10 to 15 meters away, where the miners need to wait and count for each explosive. If there is a misfire, they need to report it to the crew who is going to pick it up for the safety. All good? Anybody knows about the explosives used in the mines? Anybody knows about explosives used in the mines, mini miners? Dynamite, any other? Coming TNT? No. Alright. Dynamite TNT comes to our minds straight away. But dynamite TNT never used in the mines because they are not stable explosive. Dynamite will explode if you drop it accidentally. It is not easy to transport. Dynamite TNT more safe to use in the movies or in the games. We need more stable explosive here. The miner used to use the gelignite rods. So the gelignite rod is more purified form of nitroglycerin is used in that. So these rods, they don't explode on their own. If you drop them accidentally or intentionally, to explode them, we need a fuse wire with a detonator on one end. This end is inserted into the rod and the other end is lit on with the help of Bendigo bucket lamp in this mine. That's why they stick to that lamp through Bendigo mining. If you see the thickness of the fuse wire, really thick, normally get wet here as well. They need a strong flame to lit them on. That's why they stick to that thing. As I told you, explosives go in a sequence, not all together. If all of them they are blasted together, will be really messy, dangerous. Rock should be everywhere. How they give the time gap to each explosive? They cut the other end of the fuse wire on different lengths simply. How they measure it? With their thumbs. This top part of your thumb, this much cut to the fuse wire gives them 30 seconds. How much time they need to give to each pattern? They measure the fuse wire with the thumb and cut it, simple. No measuring instruments were used in those days. Everything was made with the fingers, hand, thumbs or the feet, and they were quite accurate for that. All good? There is another pattern in the middle here. We call it burn cut pattern. In this pattern, a big post hole is drilled into the face of the rock with a drill to create a weakness into the rock. Explosives are laid along the hole in a pattern like this, getting all the rock to explode in the middle, not everywhere. Alright, so I will give you the light and sound show of the burn cut pattern. No need to cover your ears now, really safe. You can make a video, take a picture, whatever you like. Any mini miner want to do the explosive. You want to press it? Come on. So, good boy. So you need to press number 2 only, okay? I am counting for 3, press number 2. And the other people in the group, we give you a job to count the explosive, the noise only. Don't worry about the lights, just count the noise. I will ask you in the end. All good? So press number 2. Just look that way, your dad can take a picture, hold it. Press number 2. 1, 2, 3, and here we go. All right. Anybody counted?
12 different.
Anybody counted? 12. No. I will do it again. Count it. Don't worry about the light. Just count the noise. Press the number 2 again. 1, 2, 3, and here we go. Done. Sorry, 12? Alright, whoever counted 12 is correct. You are ready to do the mining from tomorrow. Straight away from the explosive, really paid good. So 12 is the correct answer, but technically 24 because 2 explosives going together making the noise of 1. That's how the miners need to count the explosive all the time. As I told you before, miners, they were already deaf who worked in this mine. How they hear the noise? Any idea?
Vibration?
Yep, spot on. Or the waves coming to the body, they are standing literally opposite to the explosives 10 to 15 meters away. All the explosives blasting on different times. All the waves coming to the body on different interval of times, they feel it. Same like if you are standing outside a room with a wooden floor inside. Few people walking in that room with the closed doors, we are able to feel it from outside. Roughly how many people walking in that room with a wooden floor inside. All good? So that is all about the explosives here. Anybody have any questions, please?
Did it ever cause injuries or stuff because it collapsed, or was it quite
So
safe?
the really highly experienced miner, they are supposed to do these things here.
Okay.
In this mine, only one accidental death, nothing to do with the explosive. But other mines, different times, things happens. So we can't say they are really
So
safe.
it explodes, and then how much, presumably depends on the rock, but how much?
Alright, so
left?
this pattern never used in Bendigo mining. This is just for a display to show you how it is done. With this pattern, we get a big hole of 2 meters in diameter like this one here.
Oh, okay.
This is the only pattern used in Bendigo mining, 1.5 meter deep only. With this pattern, we get a hole of 1.5 meter deep roughly.
And then you pull all the rocks out.
All the rock from this pattern, we get roughly 15 to 20 tons of exploded rock all the time. And they are digging every day, 1.5 meter deep. That's it. Make sense? Any other questions?
These are chance like how much gold like we get.
So how they decide about the gold? Nothing to do with the miners here. Miners' job is to drill the hole, blast it, take the rock to the top. It is the top management or the top job to get the gold out of the rock. When they find the quartz, they don't take all the quartz to the top. They take 1 ton of the quartz to the top at the first stage. If they find at least if at least they find 10 grams of gold per ton of the quartz, 10 grams per ton of rock or the quartz, it means that quartz is really beneficial. If it is less than 10 grams per ton of the quartz, not beneficial, they leave it as it is, starting in different directions. So 10 tons of rock is 2 ore trucks. So 2 ore trucks are taken to the top, crushed into the batteries, then they decide are they going to take the quartz out of there or not. All good? So the maximum production of the gold in Bendigo was 10 to 14 grams per ton of the rock. The mine I told you before, the Fosterville gold mine, the new mine, they are producing 50 to 60 grams of gold per ton of quartz. Really good. Alright, that's all. Any other questions? No? So right now we are standing under the creek on the top. You might have parked your cars on the top here. We have done a big circle under the whole building. As we are going further, the mine is going to be lower on the left hand side, so watch your head, especially the tall people in the group. Me and mini miners, we are safe. Just let me go through. So just watch your head, keep coming. So just watch your head here, go to there, the light is going to stop there again, same way. Watch your head here, please. Watch your head, keep going against the wall, facing me this way again, please. Against the wall, facing me this way. Against the wall. Alright, so this is the last stop of our tour underground today. But this is the first place where the miners start their shift in those days. All these, they were done at the end of the day, every day. All the exploded rock is left overnight to settle down, a lot of heat and dust. Next day, 2 miners going to each level, picking up all the rock with their hands, filling the ore trucks. Or they have access to these shovels only. They call them the banjos. So they fill the ore truck with their hands or the banjos. Takes 10 to 15 minutes for 2 miners to fill 1 ore truck. Push it manually all the way to the shaft. Takes 3 to 4 hours of their shift to take all the exploded rock away. Once they are done with the rock, drill the holes, do the blasting, done for the day. This yellow thing here, we call them the rocker shovel. Rocker shovels available in 1920s, never used in Bendigo mining because the mine owners more cheaper to buy the banjos. They don't want to waste their money. Easier to buy the shovels or the banjos. They stick to that thing throughout Bendigo mining.
That's a banjo.
That one. The shovel.
That's a banjo. What's that one?
This is the ore truck. So the shovel looks like the banjo, that instrument. That's why I call it.
So it's a shovel.
This is a rocker shovel. The rocker shovel runs with the compressor. Need 1 person to operate it. Fills the ore track in less than a minute. But they were never used in the mining here. This one here is brought up in the lift we came today. When this mine is widened up for tourism. It is used in those days. Again, the rocker shovel is used in the World War to dig the trenches. All good? So that is all about our tour today. Anybody have any questions, please? Any questions? Yeah. This way. Watch your steps. So they are just making their way through to find the coast.
So then they would cut
Yep.
one across and then just
Yep.
alleyways from it.
Yep. So it is like close cuts and the dry zone. They are looking for the courts. Courts, and they find a big court and they dig it larger.
And they dig it larger.
So the courts in Bendigo, some of the courts they can go up to the length of 6 to 7 kilometers and height of 5 to 6.
The jump on in, it's exploded. Like the evidence taken it to the surface. If it's above 10 grams, they carry on not exploding that area, or do they do somewhere else?
So if it is unexploded,
Yeah, there's more force behind it, so they carry on going.
so they drill it from put the more exploded.
So there's no force left.
Yep. So that's why there is no courts when you are walking here. Everything is taken away.
They explode. Yeah, explode. Yeah.
So this is all the rainwater gathering here in this pit here, going to the level below from that big hole. The yellow thing is the electric pump getting the water to the road. Keep going, watch your steps. Watch your steps, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Keep going. Keep going. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2 left. Keep going. Keep going, please. Keep going. Alright, so you guys can switch off your lamps now, but keep the helmets on for 90 seconds, please. Switch off the lamps if you want. Going up now. There we go. Let's go. Alright, put your helmet here. Move to the left hand side. Helmet here. If you have helmet on, put it into your right. Helmet in the corner. Helmet in here. Oh, good. Just wait there. Wait at the end. I will take your helmet. Bag is here. All safe now. Here. All things are I feel like I'm in trouble today. The boss is here. I might be in trouble over the weekend. All right. Just follow me this way. Thank you very much. Everything is closed now. So if you guys want to come tomorrow, more than welcome to have a look on the top. Just at the reception to have done the last tour. Thanks for coming, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just that way. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Alright, so two basic reasons. First is the water level.
Thank you.